Imagine going to bed feeling fine, no pain, no warning signs, convinced it will be just another peaceful night of rest, without knowing it could be your last. This isn't a horror story. It was the reality of a patient I treated a few years ago. A 68-year-old man, active, full of life, a proud grandfather, who died in his sleep from a massive heart attack. His wife found him at dawn, calm, as if he were simply resting. And all because of a habit millions of people repeat every night without realizing the damage it causes. A habit so common that you probably do it yourself without suspecting it. Stay with me, because today I'm going to show you the nighttime mistake that triggers a true time bomb in your heart and brain. And most importantly, how you can correct it starting tonight to protect your life. Welcome to my channel. Here we talk about holistic health, longevity, and simple natural habits that help you maintain physical, mental, and emotional balance. So take notes and share this with your family and friends to help them improve their health. We upload new videos every day, so subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of them. My name is Dr. Gabriel Mena. I've spent more than 25 years helping older adults care for their health, and I've seen far too many tragedies caused by habits that seem harmless. The story of my patient, let's call him Roberto, is not an isolated case. In fact, it reflects a silent crisis happening in thousands of homes. Before we continue, if you find this content helpful, a simple gesture like supporting the video or sharing it helps this message reach more people who truly need it. Thank you from the heart for being here and taking care of your well-being. Now, let's get into the topic. I remember the call from his wife. She was devastated, repeating over and over, "Doctor, I don't understand. He took care of himself, he walked every day, he ate well. How could this happen?" The answer was not in what he did during the day, but in what was happening while he slept. The autopsy confirmed he suffered an acute heart attack. But the trigger was something that had been progressing for years without anyone noticing. Repeated collapses of his breathing during the night, worsened by the position he slept in. A combination that punishes the heart in a way that sooner or later leads to disaster. That's why today I not only want to reveal the nighttime mistake that cost Roberto his life, I want to explain 5 dangerous nighttime habits that increase your risk of a heart attack or stroke while you sleep. And I'll give you simple, practical solutions you can apply starting tonight. My goal is not to frighten you, but to help you take control of your health and give you real tools so you and your loved ones wake up safely every morning. Let's begin with the main mistake. The silent suffocation caused by your sleeping position. Sleep apnea and sleeping on your back. The first mistake, and the one that contributed most to Roberto's death, is ignoring the signs of obstructive sleep apnea, a problem far more common than most people think, and one that becomes much worse when we sleep on our backs. Many people think snoring is normal, nothing more than a nuisance for the person sleeping next to them. But there's something you need to understand. Loud snoring with pauses of silence is not normal. It's a cry for help. It's your body saying, "I'm running out of air." I want you to picture this. Imagine that every night while you sleep, someone walks quietly into your room and presses a pillow over your face for a few seconds. You can't breathe. Your heart races, your brain panics. And just before passing out, your body jerks you awake just enough to take a breath again. That cycle can repeat dozens, even hundreds, of times every night. And you don't even remember it. That is exactly what happens with obstructive sleep apnea. It is not just snoring. It is a constant fight to breathe. In people with apnea, the throat muscles relax so much that the airway closes completely, like a door shutting inside your neck. Oxygen drops suddenly. The brain detects the emergency and, to save you, releases adrenaline as if you were running from danger. That chemical surge wakes you just enough to open your airway and breathe again. Each drop in oxygen pushes your heart to its limit. Blood pressure spikes, the heart races, and this process may repeat hundreds of times in a single night. Imagine the wear and tear. Your arteries become damaged, your heart exhausts itself, and your risk of arrhythmias and strokes rises significantly. And here's the part you must remember. The worst sleep position for someone with apnea is sleeping on their back. When you lie on your back, the tongue and soft palate fall backward due to gravity, narrowing the throat even more. It's like adding fuel to a fire. Mild apnea becomes moderate. Moderate becomes severe. And that's when the most serious risks appear. Roberto always slept on his back. His wife told me he sometimes stopped breathing for a few seconds, but they both thought it was just fatigue. They had no idea his heart was facing a storm every night. Until one of those times, it simply couldn't take it anymore. So what can you do? Don't panic, take action. Step 1. Recognize the signs. If you snore loudly, if someone tells you that you stop breathing during sleep, if you wake up tired with headaches, or you fall asleep easily during the day, pay attention. These are warning signs. Step 2. Talk to a doctor. The only way to diagnose sleep apnea is with a sleep study. It doesn't hurt, it's not invasive, and nowadays it can even be done at home. Step 3. Change your sleeping position. This is the most practical tip you can apply starting tonight. Sleeping on your side can significantly reduce apnea episodes. You can use the tennis ball trick, sew a tennis ball into the back of a pajama top so you can't roll onto your back. Or use long pillows to create a barrier that keeps you on your side. You can also slightly elevate the head of your bed so gravity works in your favor. Finally, if you have moderate or severe apnea, continuous positive airway pressure therapy, CPAP, is the most effective treatment. Millions of people around the world sleep safely thanks to this device. Roberto's problem wasn't having apnea, it was not knowing he had it, and making it worse every night by sleeping in the most dangerous position. Before we continue with the next nighttime mistake, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share this content with someone who needs it. We upload a new video every day with clear and practical health information. Now let's talk about the second nighttime mistake. The chemical trap of sleeping pills. Many people fall into this trap, especially after age 50. Benzodiazepines and similar medications may seem like a quick fix, but they can worsen breathing problems at night and increase the risk of serious complications. As a doctor, I know how distressing insomnia can be, tossing and turning, checking the clock, feeling the pressure of the next day. But turning to a pill that sedates the nervous system can be a dangerous trap. These medications don't just relax your mind, they also relax your breathing. And in people with sleep apnea, that combination can be life-threatening. I've had patients who started with half a pill just for a rough night and ended up depending on them without realizing they were weakening the body's natural defense mechanism that protects you when you run out of air. And I'll stop here for now, because in the next block we'll continue with this topic and the remaining nighttime mistakes. If you're over 50 and struggling with sleep problems or that exhaustion that doesn't go away even after many hours of rest, today I want to help you understand something crucial. There are nighttime habits that can put unnecessary pressure on your heart without you realizing it. And one of the most dangerous is relying on certain sleeping medications, assuming they're harmless. Throughout my medical practice, I've seen how these pills can become a silent threat. The scientific evidence is overwhelming and all points in the same direction. The use of these medications is linked to a concerning increase in cardiovascular risk and even mortality. A major study published in the British Medical Journal showed that regular users have a significantly higher risk of dying. And another study confirmed an increase of nearly 36% in premature death among those who depend on them. There is one statistic that, as a cardiologist, deeply impacted me. In people who already suffer from heart failure, the use of these sleeping pills can multiply the risk of a serious cardiovascular event by up to 8 times. 8 times. This happens because a weakened heart cannot compensate for the drops in oxygen that these medications can intensify during the night. And it's not only the heart that pays the price. Over time, the brain is also affected. Growing research links these pills to a higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Studies conducted in France showed that people who began using certain sleep medications had up to a 50% higher likelihood of developing dementia. Other studies suggest that the risk of Alzheimer's may rise more than 50% with prolonged use. Although the exact mechanisms are still being investigated, the association is strong. These medications may make you feel like you're sleeping, but they profoundly disrupt restorative sleep phases, the ones where we consolidate memory and clear out toxins accumulated in the brain during the day. There is also an immediate risk I see often in my older patients: nighttime falls. Sedation and confusion can last for hours after the pill has taken effect. Getting up half asleep to go to the bathroom is enough to cause a fall. In older adults, a hip fracture can trigger a chain of problems that affect mobility, independence, and quality of life. As an example, I remember Mrs. Marta, a 72-year-old patient who started using sleeping pills because she just wanted to sleep a little better. Within a few months, her memory began to decline, and she suffered a nighttime fall that resulted in a prolonged hospital stay. When we reviewed her routines and discontinued the medication, her sleep improved with natural strategies, and she regained stability and mental clarity. It wasn't easy, but she succeeded. This is why I want to emphasize something. Insomnia is a real problem, but pills are rarely the right long-term solution. There are much safer and far more effective options. The first step is to work on sleep habits. This is non-negotiable. Keeping consistent bedtimes and wake-up times helps your internal clock function properly, even on weekends. Your bedroom should be designed for rest. No TV, no work in bed, and keep the room cool, dark, and quiet. Blue light from screens delays melatonin production, so it's important to put away phones and tablets at least 1 or 2 hours before sleep. It's also important to avoid stimulants like caffeine and nicotine in the afternoon or evening. And while alcohol may give you the impression that it helps you fall asleep, it disrupts the deeper stages of sleep and makes rest shallow and irregular. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia is, according to every medical guideline, the most effective tool for treating chronic insomnia. It retrains your mind and your habits so sleep comes naturally. I often recommend it in my practice because it is safe, effective, and life-changing. And always speak with your doctor. Don't self-medicate or rely on the easy pill as the only answer. What matters is uncovering what is causing your insomnia: pain, anxiety, sleep apnea, poor habits. Only by addressing the real cause will you achieve truly restorative sleep. Because when you use these pills without guidance, you may be trading hours of artificial sleep for a silent decline in your overall health. And your heart, which has worked with you your entire life, deserves better. Before continuing, if this information is helping you better understand your health and you would like to keep learning with me every day, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this content with someone who might need it. This space exists to give you clear, practical, and responsible tools so you can take care of yourself and the people you love. Let's continue. The third nighttime habit that can put your heart at risk involves something almost everyone underestimates: your bedroom temperature. Sleeping in an environment that's too warm isn't just uncomfortable. It directly affects your cardiovascular system. For your body to enter deep rest, it needs to slightly lower its internal temperature. This drop signals the brain to enter sleep mode and allows deep sleep to occur. When your bedroom is too warm, that process is disrupted. Your body struggles to release heat, your heart rate can increase, and you enter a constant state of physiological stress. This fragments sleep, reduces its quality, and affects people with heart conditions even more. In fact, hot nights are often associated with an increase in hospitalizations for heart problems. Think of your cardiovascular system like a car engine. Nighttime should be when it cools down and rests. But if you sleep in a hot room, it's like leaving the engine revving all night. And that wear and tear accumulates over time. The good news is that this mistake has a quick fix. Ideally, keep your bedroom between 60 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It may sound cool, but this range helps the body rest. Recent studies show that maintaining it below 75 degrees already reduces nighttime cardiac stress. If you have air conditioning, use it without guilt. It's not a luxury, it's support for your health. A fan can also be enough if you don't have AC. Use lightweight bedding and breathable fabrics like cotton or linen. Synthetic materials trap heat and worsen thermal discomfort. If the weather allows it, opening a window can help a lot. Don't underestimate what a cool bedroom can do for your heart. It's a simple, inexpensive, and incredibly powerful intervention. Finally, let's talk about a nighttime mistake many people make without realizing the consequences: eating dinner too late or having large meals right before bed. When you overeat, your digestive system becomes fully activated and requires a high blood flow. That forces your heart to keep working intensely when it should be slowing down. Digestion directly competes with rest. To sleep well, your heart rate and blood pressure need to drop. But a heavy dinner prevents this from happening. The result is lighter sleep, more difficulty falling asleep, and a significant reduction in deep sleep phases because your body is still focused on processing food. If you're over 50 and feel that your nights are taking a toll on you, especially when you eat heavy or late dinners, I want to help you understand why this habit can worsen your nights and put more pressure on your heart than you imagine. Many of my patients arrive tired, with interrupted sleep, heartburn, or the sensation that even when they sleep, they don't rest. And one silent culprit is often the timing and size of dinner. When you go to bed with a full stomach, you increase the chances of acid rising into your esophagus. That reflux causes burning, coughing, and constant interruptions to sleep, even if you don't fully wake up. These micro-awakenings leave you exhausted the next day. An interesting detail is that if you already suffer from reflux, sleeping on your left side can help significantly because the natural shape and position of the stomach make it harder for acid to move upward. The problem becomes even more serious when we talk about your heart. If your body is working intensely to digest food when it should be resting, your cardiovascular system continues active, your blood pressure may stay elevated, and your heart doesn't get the break it urgently needs. It's like trying to repair an engine while it's still running on the highway. Not only does it not work, it can be dangerous, especially if you already have hypertension or a history of heart disease. A simple and very effective solution is to give your body time before bed. Try to have your main meal at least 3 hours before going to sleep. That window allows digestion to progress enough for your body to begin slowing down. It also helps to keep dinner light. Choose foods that are easy to digest, like chicken or fish, vegetables, and a small portion of complex carbohydrates like sweet potato or quinoa. Save fried foods, heavily seasoned dishes, or sugary meals for another time, as they can disrupt both digestion and sleep. If you get hungry later, choose something very light. A small handful of almonds, a small plain yogurt, or a mild herbal tea is usually enough. Avoid processed or sugary options, which only activate your metabolism even more. And stay well hydrated during the day, but reduce liquids a couple of hours before bedtime to avoid waking up to use the bathroom. Pay attention to how you feel in the mornings. When you eat early and lightly, your body will tell you, you wake up with more energy, less heaviness, and with a heart that has finally been able to rest. Adjusting the timing and size of your dinner is one of the easiest ways to reduce nighttime strain on your cardiovascular system. Now I want to talk to you about the last habit, perhaps the most important: sleeping less than you actually need. Today, being constantly busy seems like a badge of honor, and many people sacrifice sleep as if it had no consequences. But sleeping less than 6 hours regularly is like putting your heart under constant stress. I've seen it repeatedly, people who say, "I'll sleep later," not realizing that later may come sooner than expected if they don't make a change. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Scientific evidence shows that routinely sleeping too little increases the risk of developing or dying from heart disease by nearly 50%. And it's not just about quantity, regularity matters too. Going to bed and waking up at very different times each day disrupts your internal rhythm and causes even more cardiovascular stress. When you steal hours from your sleep, several things happen inside your body. Blood pressure doesn't drop as it should. Inflammation increases, promoting the buildup of plaque in your arteries. Your body handles sugar poorly, raising the risk of type 2 diabetes. Appetite becomes dysregulated, you crave unhealthy foods, and you gain weight more easily. Your nervous system stays on high alert and your heart beats faster than necessary. It's like driving with your foot slightly pressing the accelerator all the time. Sleep is not wasted time. It's when your body performs the deepest and most essential maintenance. If you deny it that time, problems will appear. What can you do? The first step is to prioritize it. Determine how many hours you need and count backward from your wake-up time to know when you should go to bed. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours. Not 5, not 6. It's also important to create a wind-down ritual. Spend 30 to 60 minutes doing calming activities, reading a physical book, listening to soft music, stretching, or meditating. Your body needs a clear signal that the day has ended. Protect this time as you would any important commitment. And if you can't fall asleep after a while, don't fight the bed. Get up, go to another room with low light, do something relaxing, and return when sleep comes naturally. I often think of Rogelio, a 68-year-old patient who slept barely 5 hours for years because he had so many things to do. Over time his blood pressure rose, he gained weight, and his heart began to suffer. When we adjusted his routine and improved his nighttime habits, his energy levels transformed completely and his cardiovascular health improved significantly. That change began with one decision: prioritizing sleep. I want you to understand something important. The 5 habits we reviewed today are not minor details. Worsen sleep apnea from sleeping on your back, the overuse of sleeping pills, a bedroom that's too warm, heavy late dinners, and chronic sleep deprivation may seem like normal routines, but their effects on your heart are profound. These unnoticed behaviors can be the difference between a healthy life and unnecessary risk. But I don't want you to walk away with fear. I want you to walk away with power. Now you know what can harm you and, more importantly, you know exactly how to start changing it. You can sleep on your side, reconsider if you truly need sleep medication, keep your bedroom cool, eat dinner earlier, and protect your hours of rest. You don't need to do everything at once. Choose one and start tonight. Every small step is a gift to your heart. Before saying goodbye, I want to ask you for something simple but valuable. If this content has helped you, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who needs it. Every day we upload new videos designed to guide you, support you, and help you improve your health with practical decisions. Your support allows this message to reach more people who may be at risk without knowing it. And I want to invite you to something deeper. Take a moment to give thanks to God for life, for the opportunity to continue learning, and for the ability we have to improve our habits and care for the body He gave us. Gratitude opens the heart and reminds us that we are here to live with purpose. Thank you for being here today. On this channel with Dr. Gabriel Mena, we are honored to contribute to your well-being and help you build habits that protect your health day by day. Tomorrow we'll have a new video with information that will be very helpful for you. I kindly invite you to watch it. This space is always here for you, to guide you, support you, and help you live with more health and hope. Take good care of yourself.